Hello, friends. Hello. Helena Grant here, founder of H Grant Style, here to help you with your launches, your email audience growth, 10xing, manifesting that 10x in your email audience growth. Haven't been on YouTube Live in a while. So happy to be here with this training. 3 mistakes to avoid when manifesting a 10x increase in your email audience. We're going to be focusing on what you're doing wrong and ding, what to do instead. Yes, we love to identify what could be interfering, and what to do about it. We get practical here and we get action oriented. And also bring in a little of what might be showing up on a deeper, more unconscious level, because when we are working towards attaining our conscious goals, we activate the unconscious mind, that incredibly fertile realm of our psyches. So, I am Helena Grant. I am a coach, oracle, priestess of the kite, and I am a launch expert for new wave paradigm architects. I call you torch bearer, rock star entrepreneurs here to heal the world. And in order for you to do that, to heal the way that you have probably healed yourself in so many ways in your own journey, you need to get out into the world. You need to move from being behind the screen to being in front of the screen, to being in the spotlight, on the stage, reaching thousands, maybe even millions. And I have been doing this work. I have launched 4 summits in the past 2 years. I'll get into more of those logistics, but I really want to help you get down to brass tacks about what might be happening for you as you are building your spiritual, heart-centered, service-based online business. So you are here because you want that 10x. You know you're ready for it. You know you're destined for it. It sounds so good. It sounds exciting. It also sounds deeply terrifying to even think that your email list, that's maybe 2, 3, 400 people right now, could go to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in a really short amount of time. And likely, again, we just talked about that unconscious mind might get really activated in the face of results like that. And but you're like, this is why I'm here on this planet, to reach thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of people. So, you also realize that wherever you might be sharing yourself, whether it's on Instagram, here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, whatever your platform might be, email is gold. And in my quantum visibility workshop, we talked a lot about the difference between email and social media. They are fantastic options. We have so much available to us as we are doing this work online, but people interact with social media completely differently than they do with email. I compared social media, someone who's on social media, it's designed to make someone want to eat the entire box of cookies, versus email, someone's going to sit down to more of a 5-course meal with you and really enjoy and absorb your content in a different way. So that email is really, and also you own your email address. You own your email list. You do not own your social media platform. Very, very important distinction. So, email is gold, and you really want to grow in that area through that medium. So, you've identified that. That's why you're here. That's why this training is totally designed and ready for you. But you get overwhelmed. You think, this is what I want. This is what I need to do. It's time to do it. I need to take the first steps. I don't know where to start. I don't know how. Am I right? Do you find yourself saying that? You might even not be aware that you're saying that. How do I do it? How do I grow my audience to this point? How do I 10x who's on my email list? And let me tell you, one of my favorite expressions in all of the work that I do with my clients and students is to say, how is a dirty word? How is a dirty word because the minute you say how, you cut yourself off. You feel disempowered, disengaged, overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. Well, guess what? Not only is how a dirty word, it's not up to us. How is up to the universe. What is up to us is the what. So, how is tripping you up and leading you directly into overwhelm. And when you are in overwhelm, you are in the place of panic, of reactivity, and graspy, fear based decision making. Yeah. And a lot of the structures in place are designed to put you into that space. So, in the face of overwhelm, in the face of fear getting activated, we breathe, come back to center, recognize the overwhelm, recognize that we have moved into the place of saying, how am I going to do this? And we focus on the what. So here we are, we're going to be focusing on the what you're doing wrong, the 3 mistakes, and what to do instead. Solutions. I love solutions. Okay, so yeah, going to be focusing on that what, and also really important, coming back to what your priorities are. So when you are looking at what you want big impact, you want big income, you want big reach, you want to really have the evidence reflected back at you that the work that you have done, the work that you are doing, and what you're sharing is having an effect, that it's reaching people and that people are responding. And the more people you reach, it's a critical mass situation. The more you're going to have that external evidence reflected back at you. And so that is why visibility needs to be your top priority in everything that you're doing, building, and creating. I mean, the world's falling apart. It's a beautiful, extraordinary world. The universe is always taking care of us. But on this material plane, you see it in all pretty much everywhere, that the way people are acting, the way that people are responding, some of the things that are happening, it's just really that much more of a call for you to be doing this spiritual entrepreneurship work and getting it out there to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. Ooh, a little feather just floated by the screen. Yes, thank you for the gift from heaven. And it's really easy when you are holding on to actively meeting that priority of visibility, to just check out and say, what's the point? It's too much. I'm too overwhelmed. I can't do it. So again, take a deep breath, give yourself the time and space to feel the overwhelm, breathe into it, let it be as big as it needs to be, and then come back to center and recognize that you are a part of the solution. And the more visibility you can attain, the more likely you are to reach more people. And again, get all of that amazing external evidence reflected back at you. Okay, so, and as a spiritual entrepreneur, yes, you want that global impact, but you also really want to support yourself. You want to donate to causes that you believe in and that are important to you. You want to have wonderful, beautiful experiences with your partner, your children, your friends, your family. You want to be full-time in your business. Maybe you've been dabbling a little bit. Maybe you are actively full-time. Maybe you're trying to balance your business with some other job, and you really just want this all to be as easy as possible. I get it. This is big work we need to do, and we need it to be as easy as possible. So, all of that in mind, let's get into it. 3 mistakes you're likely making and what to do instead. I'm going to go over the mistakes first, and then I will sprinkle in the what to do instead. So mistake number one, we really covered so much of it already. You're stuck in the overwhelm. You're stuck in the how. Number one, overwhelm, checking out. It's too much. It's too big. I want too much. I want to be too big. I can't handle it. I'm going to go hide under the covers. Or, you set out to accomplish your to-do list and you get distracted or think it's too difficult and you go and get lost in the labyrinth of social media. All of these are some initial examples of what might be happening as you're moving into that overwhelm. You're likely feeling a little constricted in your body. You're maybe not breathing, hunching over, trying to protect yourself physically, and really just feeling like you want to hide from the overwhelm. You just want it to be over, right? You just want it to be over. And again, that overwhelm is coming from the how do I do this? How do I get this? How far away is it? How do I get there? How? Dirty, dirty, dirty word. The other mistake you're making is that you're just feeling too scared. And this fear, this deep, deep unconscious limbic brain oriented fear is coming up for you. And you might not even recognize it as fear. It might be looking like anxiety or feeling self-doubt or like, oh, I just don't have enough confidence, or I just have too many other things to do. I can't do anything oriented to building my audience and growing in visibility. All from fear. And a lot of approaches to fear have to do with getting over your fear or just doing it instead. And yes, sure, I really encourage you to take a different approach when you feel too scared. We're going to get into that in just a minute. But number 3 is the third mistake that you're making when you are feeling that overwhelm, when you're feeling that fear, whatever it might be looking like, however it might be showing up, you're turning to people to support you who don't know how to support you in the way that you need to be supported. Maybe it's your partner, your really close friend, or maybe even a family member, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, whoever it might be. It's likely someone that you love and that loves you, and they hate to see you suffer. And if you are experiencing overwhelm and fear in regards to growing your online heart-centered, service-based business, you're going to have experiences that feel painful and that are activating fear. And the people that love you are going to register that as you suffering. But really, you're suffering because you want something so big and so glorious and so beneficial to the world, and you just are stuck in the overwhelm and the how. So turning to those people, it's wonderful to have them and to have them be a part of the fold and the experience of what you are building and what you are going through, but they can't support you the way that you need to be supported. And in fact, they're going to be like, well, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you making this so hard? Why don't you just get a 9-to-5 job and go work at Starbucks? And working at Starbucks 9 to 5 can be wonderful. I'm not saying that, but you know that you are here to do something really important, deliver this healing to the world. Okay, so number 1, overwhelm. Number 2, fear. Number 3, your support. They're just not able to support you the way you need to be supported. So here's what to do instead. When you're in the overwhelm, clarify. Clarity helps you focus. And when you focus, so much can fall away. You can see through the fog of the overwhelm, and you have more direction, more motivation because you have clarity. And many ways to initiate and establish this clarity. First of all, recognizing that you feel overwhelmed, clarifying why you feel overwhelmed, and noticing where in the overwhelm is the desire. And always getting very clear on the what. What can I do to move the needle? What does it feel like to have the audience, the email audience that is 10 times what I have now? What does that feel like? What does the person need that I'm trying to reach? The one. You're trying to reach the one. When we talk to the one, we reach the many. When we speak to the many, we reach no one. So, what does the one person need from me? All of these are wonderful steps towards clarity that will help you mitigate this mistake you're making of staying in overwhelm and acting from overwhelm. You want to act from clarity, from confidence, and from a very secure position. Yes. Okay. And number two, we talked about fear. You're too scared. I'm too scared to do it. I feel all this self doubt. I don't have enough confidence. Work with the fear. Shadow integration is a highly potent and very important aspect of the work that I do. I love fear because in the fear is tremendous, extraordinary, infinite intelligence. And even in your deepest fears are glorious, motivating, leading desires. They don't always look that way at first, but you can find them when you work with the fear. Fear to me is not something to get over or work around, it's something to work with, to explore it, to recognize it. You can even say, fear, I hear you and I want to know you better. So you can do some journaling. I love my EFT hack, tapping right here on your collarbones. Even though I feel this fear and this overwhelm, I choose to deeply and completely love, accept, forgive, and approve of myself. Oh my goodness, immediate shift right there, moving with the fear and allowing it to transmute, to shift into what it likely wants to be. It wants to help you, it wants to assist you. It's just showing up as this fear and you feeling too scared. So, work with fear. So many ways to do that. But right there, a couple of really immediate options for you. You could even write a letter to fear directly in your journal. Dear fear, I hear you. What do you need from me? What are you trying to do for me? Have a direct conversation with fear, the fear that you are experiencing, and see what it does. Amazing. Okay, and then number three, you are turning again to these established support structures. Wonderful to have these loving presences in your life, but they just can't give you what you need in this sort of situation of growing your email list, 10xing your income, your impact, your reach. They can be there to celebrate with you. Amazing. But what you really need, instead of making the mistake of turning to them and expecting them to support you in this big, glorious work that you're doing, you need someone or a community to help you hold the vision of the highest, most impactful, confident version of yourself. And also to give you tools along the way to allow your most authentic self to express itself. This is not always easy. A lot of people are not able to do this. They're too scared. But I know you. I know you, heart centered, spiritual entrepreneur. This is who you are. This is what you have been working towards to become. This is what you want to share with the world in a huge, huge, impactful way. And so I invite you to book an elevation session with me. I'm putting into the comments a link. hopefully this comes through on the replay. It is also going to be available to those on my email list. So you can go to my website. Oops. And get on my email list. I spelled the website wrong. hgrandstyle.com. There is a little spot right there on the homepage where you can sign up for the email list. Make sure that you are getting my replays directly to your inbox, as well as all of my super juicy content about helping you attain massive levels of visibility, impact, and income. So elevation sessions are available through next week only. They are 30 minutes where we pull you way, way out. You think about when you're in an airplane, vast expanses of distance shrink down to being, it looks like inches away. When you're at 30,000 feet, a mile is much smaller than it is than when you're on the ground. So we're going to be helping you get a high level view of where you are, where you're going, and what needs to happen in order for you to get there. And of course, these sessions are a beautiful blend of all of my highly practical, deeply spiritual approach to living with exuberant, effervescent joy on this material plane, creating beautiful, beautiful healing impact in the world. And normally these sessions, I don't make them available normally. I've had people say they would pay me $1,000 for this 30-minute session. And one person recently had an elevation session. She said in 30 minutes, I helped her get on the path to $1 million. So come and join me for an elevation session. There are probably only about 10 left at this point for next week. I would love to talk to you, because the more people gaining this level of visibility through audience growth of their email lists, and the most effective way I have found to do it is launching these extraordinary online summits. Again, I've done 4 in the past 2 years. I have a 5th coming fall, winter of 2022. Cannot wait to share it with you. And it's not only an unbelievably highly effective way to 2, 5, 10x your email list, it changes you on a deeply, deeply, deeply beneficial level in all ways. So can't wait to talk to you about all of that, get a sense of where you are, where you're going, what to do to get there, what it feels like once you are there, helping you hold the highest vision of your most authentic, fully expressed self. I hope you enjoyed this training. Feel free to pop into the comments with any questions or comments you have. You can also reply to my emails directly with any responses or questions. And I can't wait to connect with you for your elevation session as well. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining this training. 3 mistakes you might have been making while manifesting that 10x in your email audience growth, and what to do instead. Go forth and do the instead. And always, always, always focus on the what. I love you so much. Until the next, walk forth. Mwah. Bye, everyone.